He's always brought some very, very unique stories from his heart, passion, and stories that have not been told and needed to be told. And with movies that have done so well, we are welcoming our very prestigious guest today, Mr. Vivek Agnihotri. Vivek ji, welcome to FunAsia Radio. We are so proud to have you. And FunAsia Films, who is so proud to be distributing this movie globally outside of India. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Navneeta. Thanks a lot. I'm so delighted, so happy to be talking with you guys again. And I'm so confident that FunAsia will definitely be successful in this endeavor.
Awesome. Success comes because of the great movie that you have made. And, during 15th of August, you made this world tour, the US tour especially, and you got standing ovations for this movie. How was this premiere? What was your first-hand experience with the movie showing to people?
See, I have a very different way of marketing my films. So I take it to people because I believe we make people's films which connect with people. So we take them. So in US, we travel 12 cities and we premiere to different cross section of people. Somewhere there were more scientists and doctors, somewhere there were more businessmen, somewhere there were more students, somewhere there were IT people like in Bay Area and all. And New York had and Washington had lots of policymakers, congressmen, senators, media people, so all kinds of people. And in India also, we have shown it to cross section of people. And every single place, one thread which goes throughout that this film makes you laugh, makes you cry, but in the end leaves you with a lot of pride and confidence for India.
Absolutely. The acting has been amazing. Pallavi ji, Nana Patekar, and all the other actors that you have brought in. But the research that goes around this, the vaccines, and this is a very different subject. You are not scientifically driven, right? You are an artist, creative. How did you go about it? Do you have a team? You do, what is the thought and mind process to take up such subjects?
See, we have a very different way of doing research. We go more methodical, more traditional way of going about it. We believe more in primary research, which means direct contact. So first we read a lot, everything possible we read once we started understanding. Then we worked very closely with ICMR and IV scientists, and we interviewed them for days and days and every single detail. I mean, smallest of the detail, if we did not understand, we went back to them, sat with them, discussed with them, and they gave us time. I mean, we worked at a lightning speed, and day and night we were working. So, but in the end, the objective was that it's a very complex subject. I mean, if I start explaining the subject, then people won't sit there for 2 minutes. But I wanted to tell a story with a lot of impact so that young children are inspired and they feel confident about their own country. So I had to maintain a very emotional balance also. So then in the second phase, we started we started asking them about their personal lives. And slowly we started going into their homes and their personal lives. And so we captured on screen their professional come their personal lives. And I think that blend is working well and people are enjoying that.
Yeah, when you were here showing your premiere, the younger kids who were in America, seeing how India is doing, how it's growing, that's such a pride that you bring in. Because otherwise, these kids out here don't see India in that aspect. So I think bravo, kudos to you to bring such amazing stories and the women who you have so brightly actually brought them in the forefront because they are the ones who do a lot of stuff, but they are hiding behind. So, what was your journey with that?
See, the thing is, these women are real. And I won't hesitate in admitting that I know many such women, and what actually motivated me was that they were saying, because they are homemakers as well as professional women, maybe they don't get their due in the society. So not many people believe that they're very empowered because their homemaker side gets more amplified than their professional side, you know.
True.
So I said it's very important to show how good they are at their work and at home, both the places. And their sacrifice was very, very heart touching. And their service to the nation and the commitment and the courage and the conviction with which they achieved this impossible task. I think that story is a superhero story. It's not a normal story. It's a superhero story. So I thought, what if we tell this to the world, and especially the younger people will feel inspired, and the women, it will be our gratitude to our mothers. And I'm happy that people are getting what we were set to do.
Absolutely. It was so much. It really brought us a lot of pride. So, Vivek ji, all your movies have controversies around it. And for some reason, सच कड़वा होता है. जब भी आप सच बोलते हो, people get offended. And I'm sure the lobbyists and others who were really having that stage of yours where the vaccines were made, they were not too happy that India makes it with a 1.4 billion population. Otherwise, what would have India done? How would they have bought so many to save their lives? So, do you face this in this film as well?
See, that will happen. That will happen. You know, this world is divided. So that will happen because my films, the purpose of my films is to start a conversation. Okay, I want conversations to begin with my film. There are lots of taboo subjects people don't want to talk about. You know, they think it, but I think it's very important in a democracy that storytellers tell stories which create conversations so that people go back and do their own research, try to dig more into the subject, discuss among themselves. Dialogue should happen around that. TV debate should happen around that. Once this thing opens up, then you will find people find a middle road approach. People find some way, and they both the understandings get corrected. This is what I want to do, and this is should be the purpose of an artist, and that's exactly what we are trying to do with our films. With Tashkent Files, with Buddha in a Traffic Jam, the whole country debated the concept of urban axles. Okay, with Shastriji's film Tashkent Files, the Shastriji's controversial death came in the forefront, and people discussed that. And with Kashmir Files, the Kashmir issue came, and with this, the vaccine, the behind the scenes, what goes into making the vaccine. I think young children should know. Why every citizen should know. It's a great scientific achievement, so everybody should know about it. That
Totally.
was the intent.
Very intellectual way of bringing stories and really churning the minds of millions of people. Vivek ji, what have been your happiest moments doing this film?
Uh, Actually, happiest moments will begin if the film works and people appreciate it. But today has been a very happy moment because everybody who's seeing the film is getting overwhelmed, is like getting emotionally charged and coming back and saying it's this film makes me very proud and makes me very feel very confident. You know, if that is happening and people are telling me that, oh, wonderful research, and we didn't know about all these things which you have done. So you feel good as a storyteller if you were set out to tell a certain story, and if it is making an impact in people's lives. You know, what is an impact? Impact is that you don't like something, you don't do something good, and by listening to a story, your mind changes and you start doing something good for others. So that's what is happening when you listen, when you see these stories of sacrifice and struggle of people. You generally get inspired and you feel, at least for some time, oh, I should also do something good for the society.
And you are doing, you're moving millions of hearts, and the happiness that you get is because the happiness you're bringing around. And every person, definitely, because India do it? India did it, India can do it, and now it is like India has done it, and we are so proud of it. Vivekji brings this story to all of you, and the only thing that we can do is go to the theaters, watch this film and make ourselves proud and make the country proud and make everybody proud who's associated with this. It's a huge pride moment that a vaccine, which we think we are just still developing, but we are actually on the forefront in every field. And we have to own it now. We have to stand with it now. And directors like Vivek ji make that confidence grow in all of us. And that's something which is contagious, Vivekji. Everybody is getting, that bug is catching us. It's the same like the vaccine, the COVID that goes around, that was a negative thing. But the positive is that we are all catching on with this fever of pride. Vivek ji, Pallavi ji has always been with you in every field, and she's a great actress. And in this movie, she was brilliant. What made you give her this role, the choice?
See, it was a very, very difficult and complex role, and you need a very talented and seasoned actor to do it. And I knew from the day one that if it's very the problem is that Dr. Priya Abraham, the character which Pallavi plays, is such that she's a Malayali, but then she's not so much of Malayali that out upfront you say she's Malayali, but then she's not as much North Indian, So she was somewhere in between, So if I had taken a Malayali actress, then the problem would have been she would have struggled with Hindi and English, and then she would have a thick accent. And if I take a pure North Indian actress, then she will have problems with Malayali. But then Pallavi did it very well, and so she did such a complex character, made it so easy because there were lots of emotions involved. There was pain, there was frustration, there was insecurities, there was confidence and conviction, and so there were lots and lots shades. And she was the only emotional character in the entire film. Everybody is very cut and dry. So it was difficult, but I mean, who can be better than her?
You could relate to her because, when you're emotional like that, and the way she portrayed it, and I can still hear her North Indian but a little South Indian, that grows on you. The whole film, the way she's got onto that accent and gone ahead is amazing. And please do tell her that she did a brilliant job, and it was amazing to see her in this character. So what are your last thoughts, if I may, for everybody who's going for this movie?
I think it's very important to see this film in group. If you go with your friends and family, with your parents, with your children, I can promise you, you'll feel very good because pride, this is not an individual pride, it's a collective pride, it's a country's pride, it's a humanity's pride, that human beings, it's a pride for your mother, for your sister, for your all the women members of your family. You'll feel very good about yourself. So go in a big group, and when you go in a big group, you share that feeling. And I think this feeling of pride is also very infectious. That's why when in cricket matches we win the cup, everybody cheers and hugs each other. We smile at each other. Wonderful moments. I think with this film, it's a celebration of a nation. It's a celebration of India's women. It's a celebration of Indian science. It's a celebration of India's common people. And I think everybody should see it together.
Very rightly said. Like cricket, now science is the new cricket with this one. Thank you. Thank you, Vivek ji. It's a pleasure, and thank you for coming with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.